Let's look at knockout stage games since 2021 for Liverpool. So Anfield games in the knockout stage. Knockout stage here. Actually, these two, I read it. These two were played at a neutral venue versus Leipzig, so they don't count. And then, all right, they played at home versus Madrid 0-0. So we got one game draw. Let's write it up as well. Let's write it up as well.
Early game, but we got it.
All right, draw versus Real Madrid. All right, let's go 21-22. 21-22, round of 16. Anfield versus Inter, they lost. Lost versus Inter Milan. Then you got Benfica, draw 3-3. Draw versus Benfica. Then they beat Villarreal. Win, mighty Villarreal. What a fugazi run to the final, man. Villarreal in a Champions League semi-final. Like, you know, people talk about our run when we reached the final back in 1920. Look at this, man. All right, 22-23. Oops. Raw dogged by Madrid. Lost versus Madrid. And then, obviously, last season, they were not in the Champions League. They were in the Europa League. And we know what happened there. So, they beat Sparta Prague. Oh, my days. Win versus Sparta Prague. Amazing. Absolutely sensational by Liverpool FC. Beating Sparta Prague. Anfield, man, we're not ready. And then, oops, lost to Atalanta. All right. Let's put this. All right. Six UCL. Okay, look, Moha, are we gonna have an honest discussion here, or are you just gonna be trolling? I'm willing to respect every single comment, but I don't know what I've done here. I don't know what I've done here to make you emotional. No. We're not a small club, man. Enrique played right into slot hands. Foolish mistake from a crop of inexperienced players who are so clearly missing two good centre-backs and a goalkeeper. Arne Moskvas yet again. Lucho, welcome to the pennant. Like, if you actually believe that, good for you, man. I did. I didn't miss any season. 22-23, Champions League. Yeah, I have Madrid. Yeah, lost to Madrid. Okay, so in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In the last 7 UCL knockout games at Anfield, Liverpool have won 2 games versus mighty Villarreal and Sparta Prague. They've drawn versus Benfica and Madrid and lost versus Inter, Real Madrid, and Atalanta. Okay. Yo, Mr. DJ Yano.
What's up, man?
Doing great?
Yep. How you doing?
Doing good. I'm just, I mean, you can probably see what I'm doing. I'm exposing the Anfield narrative. Not saying it's not a tough ground to go to, DJ.
Mm-hmm.
These are the last 7 UCL knockout games at Anfield.
Yep, I can see that.
Since 2021. And I also added last season, because obviously, you know, Liverpool, a small club, they didn't play UCL last season. They played Europa League.
Yep.
Still got hammered by Atalanta. So they have 2 victories versus Villarreal and Sparta Prague, 2 draws versus Benfica and Real Madrid, and 3 defeats versus Inter Milan, Real Madrid, and Atalanta. And when you see this, are you like, this is a fortress where it's impossible for PSG to win? Or do you see...
No, they're vulnerable, definitely. And I think even looking beyond the Anfield record, I didn't know of this stat, so that's interesting. But I think even looking beyond that, if you look at some of the games they've played the past couple of months, they haven't looked like an overly dominant side. And I think even against mediocre teams like Wolves, Everton, Man City, because Man City are a mediocre team right now, they've looked vulnerable, and they haven't. Let me not say they've looked vulnerable, but they haven't looked great, So I think when you combine that with the performance on Wednesday, it should give everyone confidence, about for a comeback for the second leg.
100%. Because what I'm trying to do, DJ, I'm just exposing. Because before we played Liverpool, before the first leg, Liverpool fans were saying, "Oh, we're far superior, Ligue 1, Farmer, PSG."
Yeah.
And then obviously that bubble got. Obviously, Liverpool beat us 1-0 fair and square, but that bubble got, I don't know, like destroyed.
Yeah.
They're like, no, PSG are actually a very great side.
Right.
And now once again they're being delusional for the second leg, basically shielding the performance by saying that was Arne Slot's tactics. It was away, and it was a one-off game. And now that they go to Anfield, DJ, they will suddenly be way better than Paris Saint-Germain, and everything will go back to normal in their head, which, I mean, just doesn't make any sense.
No, it obviously doesn't make sense. Yeah, I think Liverpool probably will be better than they were
on
Wednesday, but I think going into the game, right, I said I think the weaknesses about Liverpool that we could get at, specifically Trent and Robertson, and I think those weaknesses showed, and we're able to create countless amount of chances. So I don't think that's all of a sudden going to flip the other way completely and we'll be completely shut out. So I think we should be able to create some chances. It just comes down to, the players up top being clinical. I think defensively, although we obviously did concede and it was a poor goal to concede, I think the defense will be confident in themselves saying, especially Nuno, because Nuno, he won that matchup with Salah, so I think he'll be confident in himself. And I think Lucho's been speaking about it in the press conferences. He's been saying how he thinks, we play like that again, we will knock them out. So I think that's the mentality everyone has to go into the game with.
100%, 100%. And I even saw some quote from L'Equipe. It said, like, the PSG players looked the Liverpool players in the eyes and said, like, we're superior to you. Like, they know they can beat them. So the belief, the confidence is there.